You probably love yourself some movies. I, for one, love movies. Anything by my man Christopher Nolan really tickles my fancy. The movies that really catch my eye these days are the movies that cost the most to make. I'm talking movies that cost hundreds of millions. Show-stopping movies with top-of-the-line CGI, and all of the big actors. In this video, I'll be pointing out the 10 most expensive movies ever made. You'll find that most of the films are sequels in a series of movies. The producers of these movies wouldn't allow for such a massive budget if the franchise hadn't already proved themselves. But some movies on the list that broke the bank are standalone movies. Remarkable. So, let's get on with the show then. Here are the top 10 most expensive movies. Number 10. Tangled. $288 million. Leading the pack on the countdown is Tangled. Shockingly, an animated movie made this list, considering all of the expenses animated movies inevitably avoid. But Tangled is in fact the most expensive animated movie ever made, mainly due to a revolutionary animation technique that combined CGI with traditional animation. The movie made its budget back and went on to become one of Disney's most beloved recent animated movies. With Tangled's massive budget, it was able to pull in $600 million worldwide. Number 9. John Carter. $291 million. Coming in at number 9 is John Carter. This Disney blockbuster, directed by Finding Nemo and WALL-E's Andrew Stanton, was based on a series of novels by Edgar Rice Burroughs that have inspired the likes of amazing movie franchises. From Star Wars to Superman, that formula was sure to produce an automatic hit, so Disney threw $281 million into the project. Unfortunately, the reception at the box office didn't quite live up to expectations. John Carter was doomed by a confusing marketing campaign and big action-adventure movie fatigue. In a time where action movies were coming out left and right, people just didn't bother seeing it, and Disney lost a massive $200 million after marketing costs. Personally, I'd like to give this movie the Mr. Luxury seal of approval. I thought the movie was a blast, and the ending was really quite fantastic, if I do say so myself. And I do. Number 8. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. $295 million. There aren't many bets safer than the 6th Harry Potter film. Yes, the 6th installment of one of the most successful movie franchises of all time was a certain hit at the box office. So Disney did not hold back when it came to the budget. This installment took advantage of expensive CGI sequence, featuring the Death Eaters attacking London, and an array of beautiful scenery, topped off by solidified actors. The Half-Blood Prince turned into a huge profit after conjuring $900 million at the box office, which made the hefty price of $285 million more than worth it. The movie did so well that Disney figured they might as well break the final book into 2 movies, just to make that much more money. In total, the Harry Potter series racked in billions, and even got the Walt Disney treatment with a theme park in Disney World. Number 7. Spider-Man 3. $299 million. One of the most expensive superhero movies of all time is also one of the most polarizing, with fans divided over Spider-Man 3's depiction of iconic villain Venom, and mainly Tobey Maguire's black hair, as well as an awkward and strangely timed dancing scene. The debate rages on whether or not Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker, and the debate also rages on about whether or not this installment of the Spider-Man franchise was even a good movie. Spider-Man 3 managed to make its budget back, but the negative reaction led to the end of the trilogy. It was rebooted a few years later as The Amazing Spider-Man, starring Andrew Garfield. After one more Garfield movie, he was kicked after Disney bought the movie rights from Sony. Currently, Tom Holland is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Number 6. Justice League. $300 million. Another rare non-Disney movie to make this list is that of Justice League. Justice League was DC and Warner Brothers' big attempt to overthrow the dominance of Marvel, with a big-name cast of heroes, including Batman and Superman, and a budget to match. This attempt was a bit of a fail, and not just because the movie was awful. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? Unfortunately, bad reviews and the poor reception towards previous DC movies meant that Justice League only made $656 million at the box office. It reportedly needed to make $750 million just to break even after production and marketing cost. But hey, Aquaman wasn't so bad after all. Number 5. Star Wars Episode 7 – The Last Jedi. $308 million. The seventh episode of Star Wars was destined for box office success. The sequels were the first generation of fans. The prequels were that same generation plus their children. So the latter three movies, led by The Last Jedi, are for that generation plus their children and their children's children. So with seemingly 3 generations attending the movie, it's no wonder it was a massive success. And it had to have been with its monster budget of $308 million. About $40 million in production budget went to paying stars like Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher, along with pristine CGI and wonderful set pieces. The movie made the most of its extensive budget. Number 4. Avengers: Age of Ultron. $340 million. How do you top one of the biggest movies of all time? Pour even more money into its budget. Well, that's the idea anyway. As it happens, the second Avengers movie didn't do as well in the box office as the first one, but that's not to say the incredible budget wasn't worth it. Disney paid nearly $340 million to produce Age of Ultron, which sees Iron Man and the gang fighting an AI determined to destroy humanity for its own good. The movie took over $1.4 billion at the box office and led to a third Avengers movie that also did swimmingly in the box office. Age of Ultron, as well as any other Marvel movie in the Disney era, have been a hit for pretty much any age group, which plays a huge role in the franchise's success. Number 3. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. $348 million. The most unique and pricely cost for this installment of Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is the extravagant production. At World's End included a 40-structure set replica of 1800 Singapore and a battle sequence shot for an extended period in a Californian air hangar at sub-zero temperatures. The movie's special effects took 5 months to finish as well, and that's not to mention all the money it took to pay the lead role Johnny Depp for his famed portrayal of the drunk, savvy pirate, Captain Jack Sparrow. Fortunately, At World's End more than made its budget back with a ridiculous $963 million haul at the box office. It's a pirate's life for Disney indeed. Number 2. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. $444 million. Yes, movies about pirates cost a ton of money to make. After the success of At World's End, Disney spent over $400 million shooting across Hawaii, Puerto Rico, California, and the UK with dedicated 3D cameras. They also rewarded Johnny Depp with $55.5 million for his role as Captain Jack Sparrow. The massive brand felt so comfortable spending all of that cheddar since the previous movies all did amazing in the box office. The movie didn't even get that great of ratings, but it didn't seem to matter considering On Stranger Tides made over $1 billion at the box office. And finally, number 1. Avatar. $478 million. Avatar is the most expensive movie ever made, with $150 million spent on marketing and promotion alone. James Cameron's masterpiece was meant to be a groundbreaking film that introduced brand new, extremely costly filming techniques. And from budget alone, the movie was quite groundbreaking. Cameron was able to create an entire universe from scratch, and even hired linguists to invent a new language for the alien planet where the movie is set. The film also crushed the box office and is one of the most successful films to ever hit the big screen, with a worldwide gross of over $3.1 billion. The movie is set for a sequel in 2020, which is rumored to have an even bigger budget. Methodology. In order to determine the 50 most expensive movies of all time, 24/7 Wall Street examined the 5,000 largest production budgets of all time, as reported by movie industry data website The Numbers. We then adjusted these budgets for inflation using the Personal Consumption Expenditures 2017 Price Index. Figures for worldwide gross also come from The Numbers and are adjusted for inflation. To recap, that's number 1, Avatar. Number 2, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Number 3, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Number 4, Avengers: Age of Ultron. Number 5, Star Wars Episode 7, The Last Jedi. Number 6, Justice League. Number 7, Spider-Man 3. Number 8, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Number 9, John Carter. And number 10, Tangled. So, do you see any surprises on the list? Of these 10 movies, which one was your favorite? And if you have a movie that you wish was on this list, make sure to leave it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.